Listen, Kurt, after Lashley leaves, which we didn't see on the clip, all the faces, they all give you a hug. They embrace you. Then they left the ring. Angle said he thinks that wrestlers often don't show enough appreciation for the fans. So Kurt thanks all the fans and told them he'd see them again someday. And that's how it was it. That's how it wrapped up, man. And were you happy with the way that everything ended there with TNA?
Yeah, I was happy. I don't think it could have been any better. I had the matches I wanted to have. I had the dream matches against Bobby Roode, Drew Galloway, Bobby Lashley. Those are the guys that I wanted to wrestle before I left.
Is there anything at all, Kurt, that comes to top of mind that you would have changed about your run in TNA?
Just some of the personal choices I made. The DUIs. That stuff is just something I had to, endure through. But I regret it sometimes. And don't get me wrong, it's made me a better person. But at the same time, I just wish I wouldn't have made those mistakes.
Did you ever imagine that you would have ended up being in TNA longer than you ever were in the WWE?
No, I never imagined that would happen. You're absolutely right. I went back to WWE for 2 years, which means I ended up in WWE for 9 and TNA for 11. So, I'm more of a TNA guy than I am a WWE guy.
I mean, you are. It's if you think about it that way. But listen, mainstream WWE, it's just next level. And so, you're our Olympic hero, and that's where many, many will remember you from. But hey, this is the perfect time to remind you, if you didn't get to check out Kurt in TNA, you can go to impactwrestling.com/packages and sign up for all their digital content using that promo code Kurt. And you can relive where Kurt spent the majority of his pro wrestling career in TNA, dude. It's something.
Hey, I had some of my best matches in TNA.
We're going to watch one next week. We're going to do Lockdown 2008 as a watch along. So that's going to be fun. We're going to watch along, talk about it. We'll mute throughout and have some dialogue, you and I. But I'm really looking forward to that show. But before we get out of here this week, Kurt, there's a few things I want to remind our fans and our listeners about. First of all, that's ad-free shows. We talk about it every week with good reason, because it is the #1 place to find all that great wrestling content that you've come to know and love. We've got over a dozen podcasts over there, including the Kurt Angle Show. You get them early, you get them ad-free, and all kinds of bonus shows. You got the Mike Chioda Show. You got Dominic DeAngelo, who's Mr. Behind-the-Scenes MVP for this show, but he's hosting all kinds of things, whether he's talking to Jesse the Body Ventura or whoever else he can dig up. He's unbelievable. There's a lot of content over there, so check it out. Conrad's over there doing a lot of special shows and content that you can only find over there, whether it's the insiders, whether he's working and doing stuff with Jim Crockett Promotions and David Crockett, some shows over there. So check it out, ad-free shows as well. Also, you get all the live experiences where you can jump on to many of the shows and listen to them live while they're recording, so you can't beat it. The other thing I want to mention before we get out of here this week is advertising with the show. You can advertise with angle.com. Go to advertisewithangle.com right now. And if your business targets 25 to 54-year-old men, there's no better place to advertise than right here with us on the Kurt Angle Show. You've heard us do ads for some of the same companies for years, and that's because it works. We have a super targeted audience, and there's very, very little waste. So go to www.advertisewithangle.com and find out more about how you can advertise with our show specifically, and we would appreciate that. Also, make sure you're checking us out on all the socials, whether it's Kurt's personal social or the show's personal, social, should I say. Man, easy for me to say, Kurt. I'm getting tongue-tied. But you can find him at Real Kurt Angle. You can find the show on many platforms at The Angle Pod. But I can't put over YouTube enough. And that's where we're growing our subscription by leaps and bounds. Check it out, youtube.com/The Angle Pod. Make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. And so that's also where you're going to find a lot of bonus content that you can't find anywhere else. Kurt, before we get out of here this week, it's time for you to swivel that chair around and go, oh, it's in front of you. Grab those chicken snacks and tell us about where they can get physically fit.
Chicken snacks, crispy protein bites, and Snack Smart crispy protein bites. One's chicken proteins, one's organic plant protein. There are 11 different flavors. They're all incredible. You'll love them. They're very crispy. They're sweet and tangy. You're going to love them. Go to physicallyfit.com to order yours. We have different flavors: sriracha, kung po, cinnamon swirl, buffalo blue cheese. Just go ahead on the website and order at physicallyfit.com. You'll love them.
There you go. Check it out. And guys, listen, all merchandise can be found for Kurt Angle at kurtanglebrand.com. Kurt's got cameo videos, birthday cards, you name it, it's over there. Cowboy hats, milk cartons. Kurt, that's the place to be, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the whole ball of wax. Whatever you want. Photographs, milk cartons, birthday cards, cowboy hats, T-shirts, cameo video messages. Order on the site, and I'll send it right to you.
There you go. And you can find merch for the store at boxofgimmicks.com. We've been blowing up over there. Dom, our man, as I mentioned so much on this show, because we can't do it without him, is doing a lot of great designs for us there. So check it out, boxofgimmicks.com. Kurt, this has been a lot of fun. I appreciate you doing this with me this week. We'll be back again next week doing more TNA. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, buddy. On behalf of your Olympic hero, Kurt Angle, this is Paul Bromwell, and we'll see you right back here next week on The Kurt Angle Show.